हरि ओम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री हिरण्यगर्भाय नमः। ओम श्री महाविष्णुवे नमः। ओम श्री महादेवाय नमः। ओम श्री महादुर्गाये नमः। ओम श्री राम रामाय नमः। ओम श्री सद्गुरवे नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयम् नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। शङ्करं परमानन्दं ब्रह्मनिष्ठं यतीश्वरम् भाष्यभ्रान्तिहरं वन्दे शुद्धज्ञानैकबोधकम्। ॐ नमः शिवाय। 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 ओम 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 नमः शिवाय। नमः पार्वती पतये। हर हर महादेव। हरि ओम हरि ओम। We'll begin with the Shanti mantra. ओम भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्ताक्षो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। हरि ओम। We shall chant the first mantra of the second chapter. अथ हैनं भार्गवो वैदर्भिः पप्रच्छ Bhagavan kattev devaha prajavidharayante katara etat prakashayante kah punaresham varishta iti. So we have seen the question and answer asked by the first seeker. So the question was, from whom all these creatures are born? And briefly the answer is from Prajapati. From Prajapati, the Prana and Rai were born, and from Prana and Rai, all creatures were born, including a human being. So the entire creation is an expression of Rai and Prana as the Bhog and Bhokta. All matter, all space, all direction, all time, and all the experiences of this world are Rai and Prana, are Prajapati. So I am Prajapati, you are Prajapati, all of us are Prajapati. So now the focus is brought on ourselves. So the second question, which is asked by Vaidarthi Bhargava, is how many devas, Bhagavan Katti eva devaha prajavidharyanti, how many devas support this creature? Because we are made up of so many different features. Our body is there and so many other features are there within. So how many devas hold this creature together? And who illumines this creature? And who amongst them is the greatest? So katara etat prakashayante ka punar esham varishta iti. Shankaracharya writes, Yata anantaram ha kila enam bhargava vaidharvi papracha. So Bhargava Vaidharvi asked, Hey Bhagavan, Kati eva deva prajam sharira lakshanam vidharayante visheshena dharayante. So how many devtas support this body? Ultimately, we express in this body not only human beings, but there are animals, birds, plants, the devtas, and each one of them have their own bodies. So the question is, what supports this body? What puts this body together? So very mysterious. When you even observe a little creature, an ant made up of just matter. But what is that which supports that ant? which holds that ant together, which makes the ant experience this world. Even some insects, like the mosquitoes and all, they know where to find food for themselves. They know when there is some danger, they fly away. Their little body is made up of such intrinsic mechanism. They can fly, they can just put their sting inside and suck blood. So who are those devatas? How many devatas support this creature? So here the focus is on a human being. So I, as a human being, is supported by various devatas. So who are they? How many of them are there? So Katare, बुद्धि इंद्रिय कर्मेंद्रिय विभक्तानाम एतत् प्रकाशनम स्व महात्म्य प्रख्यापनम प्रकाशयन्ते. And who among them reveal their own glories? What are their special features? What are their glories? And if many of them are there supporting this creature, then who among them is the greatest? को असो पुनरीशां वरिष्ठ प्रधानः कार्यकरण लक्षणानाम इति. So amongst all of them, who is the greatest? So that is the question. Because here now the Upanishad is taking us deeper into ourselves. Starting from Prajapati, the entire creation, and then the creation of my own body, and now the analysis of my own personality is being done through this second question and the answer to the second question. So let us chant the answer. Tasmai sahovacha आकाशो हवा एष देवः वायुः अग्निः आपः पृथिवी वाङ् मनश्चक्षुः श्रोत्रञ्च ते प्रकाश्य अभिवदन्ति वयम् एतद् बाणम् अवष्टभ्य विधारयामः. So the teacher replies, Ki tasmai sahovacha. Pippalada Rishi replied to that student, Bhargavo Vedarbhihi, Ki akasho vai esha devaha. The devata who is supporting this body is Akash, and not only Akash, but Vayuhu, Agnihi, Apaha, Prithvi, but also Vayu, the air, Agni, fire, Apaha, water, Prithvi, the solid matter, Vang, Vang means speech, speech, Manaha, mind, Chakshuhu, eyes, Shrotram, ears. These are the devatas who hold this body together. See, our body, our personality, which we recognize, is made up of so many different parts. And all these parts are nothing but the devatas only, as we have seen, that from that Brahma, Supreme Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, with his power of Maya, is called Ishvara. From that Ishvara, Hiranyagarbha is born. Hiranyagarbha has the powers of Ishvara. He has got Samashti Mana, Samashti Buddhi, Samashti Ahankar, Prana. From Hiranyagarbha is born Vaishvanara, Prajapati. And from Vaishvanara, the entire creation is born. But in stages. So first the Devtas and all the worlds were created. So from the five great elements and through the process of Trivrit Karanam, the Devta Sharires, the bodies of the Devata were created. So Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal and Prithvi, from these five elements, the bodies of Devtas. Like we see, look at the sun. The sun is a Devata who is expression of that fire only. Fire alone expresses in a new form as Surya Bhagavan. The waters of the five elements alone expresses as the rain. So Raina Devta, Fire Devta, Surya Devta, Chandrama, Prithvi, all these Devtas were born. And then the creation of plants happened, and then the creation of birds, animals, and human beings. So when I say this is me, my body is made up of Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal, and Prithvi, the five great elements which have undergone modification through this Trivrit Karanam 3 times. So these 5 elements are the Devatas only who have modified themselves to put this body together. So Akash Devta, Vayu Devta, Agni Devta, Apa Devta, Prithvi Devta, they come together to form this my body. Otherwise, if you try to make the body taking the material from the world, not possible. You cannot hold it together. But the Devtas, they hold this body together. As long as our prarabdha lasts, this body is held together. And once the prarabdha is over, once this body is no longer required, then the body again gets disintegrated. Akash merges into Akash, Vayu merges into Vayu, Agni merges into Agni. They are dismantled, it gets disintegrated. Just as we build a building, we take different materials, the bricks and the cement and sand and all waters and steel and so many things go together to build that house. All this different material keep that house together. Once that house is demolished, then all these materials get separated then. So this body is held together by these five great elements who are Devata only. They are not inert. They are the Devatas. So Akasho Hova Esha Devaha. So Akash is Devata, Vayu is Devata. Because matter by itself cannot function. There has to be someone Chetan, someone conscious to activate that matter. See, in the field of science also, they have this, they talk about this law of inertia, that an object, if it is at rest, it will continue to be at rest. And if it is moving, it will continue to move till it is acted upon by some external force. By itself, it cannot think, it cannot change, it cannot do anything. So this Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal, Prithvi, outwardly it appears like matter, but they come together to form bodies. They are held together. So there is that Chetana which is activating these five elements, and they are the Devatas. Therefore, in our dharma, we worship these five elements also. We worship the Akash, Vayu, Agni. In fact, Bhagwan Shiva is worshipped as all these five elements. There are temples dedicated to only the Akash aspect of Shiva, Chidambaram. There are some temples dedicated to the fire aspect of Shiva, like the Arunachala. So, these five Devatas, they hold this body together. It's very interesting. Then we are not only our body. Through the body, we interact with this world. So in the body, there are those senses. So there are organs of action and organs of perception. Means through the body we perform action in this world. Like we have the legs so we can move. There are some creatures who don't have legs, like the trees and all. They just remain in one place. But we have legs, we can move. There are some creatures who have wings so they can fly. So legs are there, then we can hold things in this world, we can catch. We can catch our food. We can hold some object of this world with our hands. So we have the hands. Then, very interesting, we have the speech to communicate. Not only human beings, but animals, birds, they also communicate. Most amazing. Because the language which is used by, which is known by all creatures, that language has also come from that Supreme Brahma alone. All the creatures, they know the language, but they cannot express all the language completely, but all the language is known, is there within us. Therefore, even animals, we can communicate with them, they can understand. Suppose I offer some food and all, the animal understand. This person wants to feed me, and this person is inviting me towards himself. Let me go. But instead of food, then I just pick up a stick. The animal understands this is he will be harming me. Better run away from here. So that understanding happens. That language is there, speech is there, which is used not only by human beings but animals, even birds. They also have such wonderful speech. They can sing, they attract other birds. Then some animals in the forest also, they not only communicate with other animals, but they also warn if there is some danger. So this speech is most fascinating. Even the fish, sea creatures, they also have their own language. So we as human beings, we have this speech, organ of speaking, vam, and that language is there. So we express in whatever the outer language which we learn. Hindi, English, Marathi, Gujarati, Bengali, Punjabi. So Vam. Then we have the organ of excretion. Whatever we eat, we have to take the essence and throw away those things which are not required then for the body. So excretion, an organ of urination. Even the waters which we drink, we have to throw it out, that which is not required. So the 5 organs of actions are there through which we interact with this world. Then there are these 5 organs of perception. Shabda, ability to hear sound. Shabda, sparsha, ability to touch. Rupa, to see form and color. Rasa, taste. And Gandha, the smell. So these abilities we have in these 5 organs of perception, very fascinating. With our eyes, we can see things which are so far away also. Many, many light years away, there are these stars we can see with our eyes. And we can see things which are there right in front of us. Such fantastic ability is there in our eyes. Our ears have the ability to hear the sound. Human beings have a limited ability. Some animals and all, they can hear sound at a higher frequency or at a lower frequency also. So Shabda, Sparsha, we can get the sense on our skin. Even the heat is felt. Some radiations and all are felt. So that is the ability of the skin. And what we feel is the air element. Just as what we hear is the space element, what we touch is the air element, what we see is the fire element, what we taste is the water element, and what we smell is the earth element. See, what we generally understand by the term air is the real air which is being spoken about is much subtler than even that. Because what we experience as air, we can smell some air, we can smell some gas and all, we can smell. Though we can't see them, but we can smell. So if we smell, then there is a Prithvi content in that. Because only Prithvi we can smell. But the real air is so subtle. So even the vibrations or even these radiations are nothing but air only, which is all pervading. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says that like space, air is also all pervading. Vayus sarvatra go maha. So through these 5 organs of perception, we perceive this world. But there is something which is controlling and understanding all these activities which are happening through our organs of action and perception. So there is a very intelligent system is there which is controlling these senses, and that is our antakarana. We have the mana, buddhi, chitta and ahankar. So mana is the thinking ability which we have. So whatever we perceive, it comes in the form of perception in our mind. We can think about it. Like we see an apple on the tree. The eyes see the apple, the mind thinks about it. Oh, such a nice apple, must be very sweet. Last time also I had this apple from this tree, which was very sweet. So now this another apple is there. Should I pluck it or shouldn't I pluck it? So like that thinking happens. So then buddhi plays a role. Buddhi is a decision-making faculty. So buddhi refers to the past experiences. That last time I had plucked this apple and eaten. But the owner of this garden had come and had scolded me, was very rude, and I had a very bad experience. Though the apple was sweet, but the overall experience was very bad. So I better not pluck this apple now. So the intellect refers to the memory. The memory is chitta and takes decision. So the mind has got its own function, chitta has got its own function, buddhi has got its own function. When the mind is functioning, buddhi is not functioning. When buddhi is functioning, chitta is not functioning. So they have their own individual functions. So for whom are they doing all this? For whose sake the mind thinks of eating the apple? For my sake. For whose sake intellect takes decision? For my sake. So there is an I, a sense of I, for whom all the activities happen. So that I is the ahankar, which is also expression of the antakarana. So here, all these are referred to as devatas. The five great elements, Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal, Prithvi, are the devatas. Then Vang is speech, which represents all karmendriyas, all five karmendriyas. Speech, hands, legs, organ of excretion, and organ of urination. These are the organs of action, represented by only one organ here as Vam. And when the teacher says Manaha, it represents the Antakaran Chatushtaya, Mana Buddhi Chitta Ahankara. And when he says Chakshu Shrotram, it represents all the five organs of perception. So these are the devatas which make up my personality, which is what I call I. See, made up of so many. So each one of us, we are running a coalition government as though all these different uh, entities have come together to make this thing function. The most amazing is the most amazing, most wonderful way. Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal, Prithvi, Pancha Jnanendriyas, Pancha Karmendriyas, Antakaran Chatushtay together makes thing happen. Hmm. When I decide, when the thought comes, oh, let me have a cup of coffee, according to my samskar, that thought comes, then I take the decision, okay, let me go and make my own coffee. So I go to the kitchen, then my memory becomes active, it tells me how to make a coffee. So I prepare the coffee and drink the coffee and become happy. So this entire activity is very complex. I'm sitting at one place, the Pancha Mahabhut is sitting here, Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal, Prithvi. But when the thought comes of drinking that coffee, this entire body gets up and starts moving towards the kitchen. Such a miracle. And you don't see this miracle happening with a stone or an idol, a pratima is there, a doll is there. We don't see the doll suddenly getting up and going to the kitchen and making a coffee. Unless it is powered by some electricity and has got a feature of thinking and all, like the modern computers and robots are there. So this body, which is made up of 5 elements and inner equipments, mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar, and the 10 organs of perception and action, they all come together to form this personality. But the question is, who among them is the greatest? Now, who is the greatest? Akash is the greatest, or Vayu is the greatest, or the senses are the greatest, or the mind is the greatest? Who among them is the greatest? That was the question asked. So here the teacher is telling a story. He says that this question came to the mind of all these various devtas also. And they prakashya abhivadanti. And they started glorifying themselves. They started revealing their glory. Each one of them revealed their glory. Akash, Vayu, Agni, organ of action, perception, antakarana, started revealing their glories. Prakashya abhivadanti vayam etad bhanam avashtabhya vidaryamaha. Each one of them said that I am the one who is holding this whole body and this whole unit together and making this function. I am the one who is the top. Vayam etat bhanam karya karana sanghatam avastabhya prasadam iva. Shankaracharya right that all of them started speaking, claiming that they are the best. And each one of them said that I hold this together like a palace is there and it has got these pillars. No? So prasadam iva stambhadayo avishitilipritya vidharayamaha vispashtam dharayamaha. So like the pillars of a building, we keeping it strong, maintain this whole structure. Maya eva etat Maya eva ekena ayam sanghatah dhriyata iti ekaikasya abhiprayah. So each one of us individually, they felt and they expressed that they are the one who are holding this whole unit together. See, when lot of people are doing something together and that work gets done, then each one wants to convey that their role was the main, their role was the best. Without them, nothing could have happened. Before the work is being done, people come together and they do a lot of brainstorming. And when the work gets done and it becomes successful, then there is claim storming. Everyone tries to claim that maine kiya hai sir. But if things go wrong, then there is what is called blame storming. Everyone blames someone else. Uske karan ho gaya sir. So here, when things are going well, each one of them, they started expressing that they are the one who are holding this thing together. But they could not come to any decision. And everyone seems to be right. I mean, in the sense they had their own claim. The eyes, the ears, the nose, and we see that they have their own importance. If the eyes are not functioning, then it becomes very difficult for us to manage. If the ears are not functioning, the nose or tongue, if they are not functioning properly, it becomes difficult. If the legs are not functioning, legs are amputated, person finds it more difficult. So the legs can say that I am the one who is really running the show. But the hand will say, no, you are there, but without hands, what work can you do? Your tongue will say, I am the one who is doing the important work. If I don't speak, what can you do? So like that, each one of them, they started revealing their own greatness and their own glories. But they did not come to any conclusion, just kept on arguing with each other. So when this was happening, Prana was just very quiet, observing everyone. Prana is always quiet. But then this became too much. Then Prana spoke. Very interesting stories. Similar stories there in other Upanishads also, like in Chandogya Upanishad. So then Prana spoke. Let us chant the third mantra. Tan varishtah prana uvacha ma moham apadyatha aham eva etat panchadha atmanam pravibhajya etat banam avashtabhya vidharayami iti te ashraddhana babhubuhu. Tan varishtah prana uvacha. Prana was observing all this, that all this various devatas are arguing among themselves and saying that they are the best, they are the one who are holding this unit together. So Prana told them, Tan varishtah prana. Prana is the varishta, is the eldest. Prana is the eldest among them all. See, when this whole creation happens, this prana, the para prakriti of Bhagwan, it expresses first, and thereafter the apara prakriti starts expressing. Etasmat jayate pranaha manas sarvendriyani cha. From this supreme Brahma, prana is born, and thereafter the mind and all the senses. So prana is the varishta, is the supreme, is the seniormost. Because without that energy, that force, that power, nothing can function. So Prana spoke to them, Tan varishtah prana uvacha, ma moham apadya. Please don't be deluded. Don't get deluded. He spoke to all these devatas. Don't get deluded. Don't be confused. अथ अहम एव एतत् पंचधा आत्मानं प्रविभज्य एतत् बाणम अवष्टभ्य विधारयामि. He says, I am the one expressing in fivefold. I am the one who is holding this, all the unit together. I am the one, not any one of you. So aham eva etat panchadha atmanam pravibhajya, splitting myself into five. So prana is one only, but in our human structure, it expresses in five ways. Prana, apan, vyayam, udan, sama. The pancha prana, main pancha prana. There are other sub pranas also. So main pranas of five. They're the expression of one prana only. So splitting myself into five, so Atmanam Panchadha Pravibhajya Etad Banam Avashtabhya Vidharayami. I definitely support this body. So he told them, all of them. But unfortunately, te ashraddhana babhubuhu. They did not believe. They did not accept the words of this prana. They just did not believe what he was saying. Shankaracharya writes, Kitan evam abhimana vato varishtaha mukhyah prana uvacha uktavan ma maivam moham apadyatha avivekitaya abhimanam ma kuruta yasmad aham eva etat banam avashtabhya vidharayami panchadha atmanam pravibhajya प्राणादि वृत्ति भेदम स्वस्य कृत्वा विधारयामि इति उक्तवती च तस्मिंस्ते अश्रद्धधाना अप्रत्ययवन्तः बभूवुः कथम एतत् एवं इति. So they did not have this faith in prana, in the words of prana, and they started wondering how this is possible. Because we are the one who are seen directly, we can recognize that we are the one who are holding this whole unit together. Now we are just discussing who is the best among us. And suddenly this prana comes and says, I am the one. I am the one who holds everything together. So they did not believe him. Then what happened? So we shall chant the next mantra. So abhimanad urdhvam utkramata iva tasmin utkramayati atha itare sarva eva utkramante tasmin cha pratishtamane sarva eva pratishtante tad yatha makshika madhukara rajanam utkramantam sarva eva utkramante tasmincha pratishtamane sarva eva pratishtanta evam vang manas chakshushrotrancha te prita pranam stuvanti. So abhimanat urdhvam utkramata iva. So prana felt very angry that they don't believe me. So he felt that let me show them my power. So prana as though started leaving this body. Prana just made an action of leaving this body, did not leave the body, but just almost went on the gate, at the gate. So abhimanat urdhvam utkramata iva. And when that happened, a strange thing happened. All these various factors who were quarreling among themselves that I am the best, they also automatically had to leave their place and just follow that prana. They were forced to follow the prana. They lost their ground, they lost their support, and they just moved, they were moved towards the prana as it started leaving this body. So tasmin utkramayati atha itare sarva eva utkramante tasmischa pratishtamane sarva eva pratishtante. Then again the prana came back and just settled down, and everyone came back and they settled in their place. Just as here the teacher gives an example, tad yatha makshika madhukara rajanam, just like the bees, and they have their own king or the queen bee is there, and you must have seen the beehive with so many bees, and each one of them they have their own function. But when the queen bee leaves the hive, then everyone follows her. And if she settles at one place, everyone settles there. Similarly, when the prana leaves, everyone leaves along with the prana. If the prana settles, then everyone settles. So sarva eva utkramante tasmincha pratishtamane sarva eva pratishtante evam van mana chakshush shrotam. The same way, speech, mind, eyes, ears, means the pancha jnanendriyas, karmendriyas, pancha pranas, and in pancha, what you call the antakaran chatushtay, all of them, they as though live with the prana, and when the prana settles them, they also settle. Then they realize the importance of prana, that he alone is the Varishtha, and with great love and regard and reverence for the prana, they started doing the stuti of the prana. So this mantra and the following mantras we will see in our class on Monday. The coming Friday and the coming Wednesday is Sri Ram Navami, and I have some program to go for some program. So we won't have this class, and the next class will be on 22nd April. So till then, you take care. Be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy, do your work, do your sadhana, listen to the pravachan again. And wish you all a very happy Sri Ram Navami. And see you on Monday, the 22nd of April. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. Bole Siyavar Ramachandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।